Hi, I'm just going to walk you through our product for someone that uses Square. I'll do my best to try to talk to some points, but also I'm recording my laptop screen. I'm going to show you the back end that we have for folks that use Square. Note that any orders that would typically come in through your mobile app are going to appear in your Square terminal in the store. And also your menu and all your settings for processing and all that, that's all synchronized across the system. So you have one happy, harmonious system that's working in synchrony and keeping people happy while customers order coffee, sandwiches, whatever. So the key here is now, as the operator, to know really what you're going to see in the panel that Espressly provides to you that will be like a bolt-on service to what you currently have with Square. So to start, I'm going to log in on our merchant portal. We're using Lucky Finn today. It's one of our favorite cafes, of course, located in Hanover and Scituate, Massachusetts. They have their own app that's currently available in the App Store and on Android. And we see that their customers are downloading it and placing orders using favorite items, easy reorder, and all that. We just really stand behind the product and we make sure it's functioning and we advance it based on what Chris, the owner of Lucky Finn, really needs. So here we go. I already have the credentials entered and I am going in. As we come in, we're going to see that there's a dashboard. The dashboard is going to show you your orders for today. It's going to show you what you had for orders yesterday, total orders placed on the mobile app system, as well as orders for the week and the month. There are additional bar charts and graphs that we can turn on for you to see more of a visual representation, but for here we see some basic numbers: average order, average ticket size, average order, how many customers have signed up in the mobile app for today and yesterday, as well as how many people have placed orders using the easy reorder from prior order feature, as well as using the favorite functionality. We find that when somebody places orders using favorite or reorder, that they're about 5 times more likely to come back and order again. So we want to drive customers to download the app, create a profile, which is done so easily due to Apple technology for sign up using a flow that people expect. We also have a form where people can sign up, or they could sign up using Facebook or their Google email account, of course. So we come in here and we can see some basic statistics, and we also provide download stats as well. Not on this panel, but you can know how many downloads you have. That's going to capture everyone, not just those that created a profile in the actual app. And if we want to look at the menu, in this case a Square customer, we see that they have 2 locations, one being in Scituate, one in Hanover. And we maintain totally separate menus. Specifically for Lucky Finn, they have about 14 items that are available in Hanover that they just don't have room for in Scituate. Lots of brands are going to have variations to menus, and one item will be available in one store or multiple stores, yet not in all. So we allow you to disable items on a per location basis. You also can disable modifier sets for those that are familiar with Square architecture. Modifier sets, modifiers, so individual modifiers, as well as variations for anyone that had a custom use case where that needed to be done. We believe that anything and everything should be configured. Whether you're going to use it or not, doesn't really matter. We make it all available to each cafe. And then they learn which items they really need and which they don't. One of the items in here that we have added is to sync with the Square Edit Locations functionality. So you can have an item in Square and you might only have one of the 2 locations checked. That item, as you know, wouldn't appear in both stores, whether it be for Square Online or on your terminals in the store. Our mobile app will actually sync to that in real time. So if you uncheck one of the boxes, be it Scituate, no matter what you do, it will not show in the Scituate location in the mobile app. So I'm going to start by going into Hanover, since that is the location that has more items. And for this particular cafe, we came to them after they already had Square Online functioning, after they had all their categories built. And we believe it's really important to offer a product where we can easily onboard and we can easily get this thing done without causing an increase in blood pressure, if you want to put it that way. It can be very scary to think that your entire menu in the store that your workers interact with on a daily basis is going to be maybe trashed or redone or reordered. You cannot have workers confused. You can't have transactions in store going wrong because somebody didn't know where the oat milk was moved to after it was moved for some order for the mobile app. So we maintain one system, but we do have the ability to completely customize. We can build categories from scratch, like you might be familiar with for Square Online, formerly known as Weebly. So we could take the items you have and we can build out custom categories, because you might have unique categories that you want in your mobile app that are different from what you traditionally would have in the store. So here, these gray boxes indicate these categories are actually disabled. This is synced in real time to Square. So these are the traditional categories: cold bowls, hot drinks, cold drinks. If you go into any of these, you'll see that there are some items. Let's go into hot drinks. Wonderful images at Lucky Finn. We love the way it all comes out in the mobile app. The mobile app gives you a great way to really showcase the amount of effort you've put into making your menu really stand out up against the large corporates that are trying to do the same, but they just can't do it as well as the local small business. So in here, this is their traditional hot drinks category. We've gone and you'll see down here, these categories are not gray. These are the categories that show in the Lucky Finn mobile app. And if you click into hot drinks, we've actually gone and one by one assigned items from the grayed out categories to this mobile app only category. You can come in here, you can drag and drop, change the order. You might want to have one item featured above the others. But all that's customizable, of course. Your variations, you can go in, you could disable. You can add new variations from here instead of having to go to Square Up or doing it in your Square app. Everything can be done from here or there, it doesn't matter. It'll all ultimately synchronize. If we go into the add-ons, that's your modifier sets. These are modifier sets taken direct from squareup.com. If you go and click edit, you'll see these are the actual modifiers within the modifier set in Square. You can drag and drop reorder. You can disable. So you might have a modifier that you don't want showing in the app. You could permanently disable it. It'll show in store in the terminal, but it won't show in the mobile app. Temporary disable would be for you ran out of an item, you ran out of a modifier. It'll be disabled for that day, and it will automatically turn itself back on the next day, just so you don't forget and have multiple days go by where you forgot to turn on your almond milk because it ran out one afternoon. So we're not going to touch that, but the logic's pretty simple. And then you can also force selection of a particular modifier in a modifier set with the Make It Required box. You have the ability to allow multiple selection from a modifier set or single selection, whatever you really need. All the basic logic you would need within a mobile app menu is all configured from here. So that is the variations and add-ons. This is a custom category. You'll see they actually have featured drinks. So they create these in Square, and then they populate them to this featured drink category. Customers love that. It's a great way to show your seasonal drinks. We've recently disabled pumpkin pie. That'll be back for next year, since it's now the holiday season, of course. Your descriptions from Square are synchronized here as well. Images you upload in the Square Edit Item, POS Tile Upload Image field. It will synchronize in real time right away. All images that we show in the mobile app are actually pulled direct from Square. There's no chance of any mismatches or anything like that. And they're compressed and they're nice and lightweight, which keeps the app running nice and smooth. So here are their mobile app categories. If you're a Square user, we can create custom categories. You might be wondering how you go about deploying your existing menu to a mobile app. Well, many have thought the same, and we've engineered a system that will get it done. It will work, and it will remain functional. And anytime somebody checks out in-app, it will be using Square processing. We don't charge any money for processing. That's all handled by Square based on your existing relationship with Square. We might charge either a commission or we charge you a flat monthly fee, but we don't mark up processing. We definitely want to point that out. It's very important. We're here to help you make more money, and think that's very important. So these are your categories. If there were additional items that you never assigned to anything in Square, they're going to show here. We've cleaned that out. Everything's in place. Note that if you use Fresh KDS, their logic works based on the assumption that every item is assigned to a Square category. So in this case, they use Fresh KDS. Although we have a custom category for mobile app, we've gone and made sure each of those items reside in the proper category within Square. That way when the customer orders that item, whether it be an espresso based item or a panini that goes to the grill, it will route to the proper station in the cafe, and everything comes out beautifully and the customer's happy. We also synchronize to order status. So if we go to orders, this is today's orders. They have 24 orders into their 2 locations today. And here you'll see highlighted yellow, that means that somebody used the favorite feature. This customer has ordered 17 times and has gone into the mobile app and saved something as a favorite and just checked out very easily. That order is now in progress. So items come in as paid, they go to in progress, they go to ready, and then they're completed. So here we have an item that's ready, these are completed. So things are going nicely at Lucky Fin Cafe. They have tipping on. You'll note that tips are great in the mobile app. They've chosen to start with a default tip of, well, let's see. So we go to settings. So when a customer goes to checkout, the default tip is 15%. You'll be able to control that setting in the app. You could do 0, you could do 20, totally up to you, customizable. Taxes are synced direct from Square. Prep time you can set. That's on a per day basis, per location. That reports in the mobile app. Pickup type, they currently just have counter activated. You can add a message that the customer will get at checkout, and you can also initiate a text message if you had a custom message you want them to receive. Curbside, dine-in, delivery, drive-through. These are other services that you can turn on that synchronize with Square. So depending on what you need, we can just check a box and there you go. And this is all controlled by the cafe. Hours, time zone. These images display in the mobile app, so you have a locations list. We've gone the extra mile to make sure that no customer really should ever place an order in the wrong location. We've included images, we've included nicknames of the store, we have the address, even the button that you press before you proceed to a menu. It calls out exactly where you're ordering from. We know that, well, the system is no good if a customer arrives at a store and they tell you that they ordered at the other store, but they believed it was the one they're at. In that case, you have food that goes to waste in the other store. You have to try to figure out what to do for this customer. There's a long wait. It's just not good, so we make sure that's solved. That's something that we work very closely with Lucky Fin on, actually. And within the app, you can, within the panel, as well as our dashboard app, our merchant app on the iPad, if you did want to have that, you could quickly disable ordering. So if there was an emergency or you were closing order, if you were closing early for whatever reason, just change that and the mobile app will reflect that instantly. So you don't have customers ordering and, creating issues. And that's basically it. That's the back end. That's our menu editor. That's our settings panel. All of this is actually populated with just a single click. That's the beauty of Square. Using what's called OAuth technology, we provide a URL to you. You click that link. It will open up inside of your Square panel that you're normally in. If you're already logged in, you won't even need to log in. And there's one blue button. You click it, and we have all the data that we need. All the tokens and everything are automatically set to renew. We won't need to do it again. Once we have all that data, we populate it to the system. We provide you the login that you see to come in and edit the menu editor like you see. And it's really so simple. There's no setup fee. This is meant to be something where if you ever want to turn it off, turn it off. All the customer data goes to the cafe. We're not looking to make that our data. It's not our data. These are your customers. This is your business. You work very hard every day to staff the store, to run it, to keep customers happy. You're competing against the big corporate chains, and we're just here to be your partner, literally to give you a top-notch branded app that you could be proud of, that you can share on Instagram. And when people go in the App Store or on Google Play, they just search for your brand and they find your app. It's not going to direct them to other cafes. It's not going to direct them to anywhere else. 100% of all the effort is focused into your doors. And we really believe wholeheartedly that this is a great product. And we really love coffee, and we love the various businesses that come alongside coffee, such as bakeries and donut shops, specialty shake and ice cream shops. And we really just would like the opportunity to have a chat with you, to show you the product. We can give you a mock-up, and to ultimately link up with your Square account and just do what we do based on the great work that Square has done and always will do to give you this type of level of integration. And anyway, my name's Joe. I'm one of the co-founders of Espressly, and we thank you for the time. Visit us at espressly.co. You can email us at info@espressly.co. Check us out. We're advertising with Keys to the Shop. Chris, the owner of the Keys to the Shop Coffee podcast, is running a wonderful resource for many of you. If you're not familiar with it, we invite you to check it out. We advertise on one of his more brief podcasts, but there are many. And we look forward to being a member of the coffee and cafe community for many, many years to come. Have a nice day.